Hi, my name is Chadwick. I am a 2024 Paralympian. My sport is track cycling, and specifically, I am a tandem sprinter.
My name is Matt Scott. I am a five-time Paralympian, two-time gold medalist for Team USA's wheelchair basketball team, and I currently work at Visa, where I came through on the Visa Champions program, where I am a analyst on the Visa Global Communications team.
Hi, Matt. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us for International Day of Persons with Disabilities. We are super excited to have you here and to get to know you.
Thank you for having me, Anna.
Of course, yeah. I understand that you're a Paralympian, and so to start off, I'd love to hear about your Paralympic journey and what that's like.
Yeah, so I'm a five-time Paralympian. I played wheelchair basketball for Team USA from 2004, which was my first games, all the way to 2021, which was my last game.
Wow, that's incredible. Oh gosh, you went to 5 games?
I did. So I started in Athens. 2004 was my first games. Well, went on to 2008 in Beijing, 2012 in London, where we won our first medal as a team, which was a bronze medal. 2016, we followed that up with a gold, and then we repeated that performance and won gold in Tokyo 2020.
That's incredible. That must be a really awesome time to retire, knowing that you got to the top of the top.
That's right. That's right.
That's awesome. And so now you work for Visa?
Yes, I do. I work at Visa. I came to Visa through what's called the Visa Champions program, and it's a rotational program designed to allow people like myself who were looking for another opportunity on their second part of their journey. And I definitely had some professional curiosity about sponsorship in particular, because I was an athlete that saw sponsorship from one perspective, but I had a lot of professional curiosity about what sponsorship might look like from a business perspective, and that professional curiosity led me to pursuing the Visa Champions program, and that really opened my eyes to the business world, and not only gave me one-on-one coaching and mentoring, but also just gave me a unique platform to utilize the skills that I learned as an athlete and help me transfer them to the corporate space.
That's so awesome. So you mentioned that Visa has a rotational program. So does that mean you were on different programs while you're at Visa before settling in your current role?
That's right. That's one of the unique parts about the Visa Champions program, is that you go on, three to four 8-month rotational assignments. So I told you I had a lot of professional curiosity about sponsorship, and sponsorship is where I started at Visa. I was on the sponsorship team, where I learned about the different properties that they sponsor, like the Super Bowl and the FIFA World Cup and the Olympics and Paralympics, of course. And then I went on to do a rotation in insights and analytics, where I learned a lot. I learned leadership. I learned, how to manage different projects, and also how to work with the valuable insights that Visa has. And then I moved on to the communications team in my last rotation, and that's actually where my permanent position at Visa is. I found a home at the global communications side.
So I know that a lot of times being on Team USA, they talk about being career ready, and they offer a lot of workshops for athletes with and without disabilities at the Olympic and Paralympic Training Center. I'd love to know if you have any advice for people who are transitioning from the game or after post games to the workforce.
Yeah, I absolutely do. I think that it's a very trying time for an athlete to be doing something their whole life, or to be competing at the highest level, and then suddenly changing their path. My advice for any athlete making this sort of transition to the workforce is just to lean into the strengths that made you successful as an athlete. The consistency, the punctuality, the delivering with excellence and working as a team. Um, I found that my ability to solve problems to get wins on the basketball court transferred to my ability to solve problems and get wins at Visa. I was so happy, when I did join the Visa Champions program because it gave me a cohort of other athletes that I could really call my teammates and go through that experience with. So it made the entire experience a little bit less daunting and kind of demystified the whole corporate experience for me. But I would say to anyone going through this is to stay professionally curious. Um, you know, Athletes are always very, we wonder about things and we stay curious and we ask questions. And I would say always continue to do that. Don't try to take on everything at once, and use that professional curiosity to become a better worker and a better person in the workforce.
Just going backwards to when you were competing in the games, could you talk about your highlights and lowlights from the
Yep.
5 different games that you went to?
Absolutely. So first of all, I'll start off by saying I am incredibly proud to be a Paralympian. There's nothing better. Everywhere I go, everything I do, I always represent the Paralympic movement. So whether I'm at the gym or the grocery store or I'm in my office at Visa, I'm a Paralympian everywhere I go. So there's not a lot of lowlights. It's only highlights for me. I would say it's from my perspective, there's no such thing as a highlight when you can call yourself a Paralympian. All the wins are triumphant, and all the losses are an opportunity to learn from those losses to turn those into wins, and the opportunity to improve. So, some of my proudest moments, I would say, winning the first gold medal. I keep that first gold medal in arm's reach. It's always very close to me. I would say that finding out that camaraderie was our secret sauce to winning that gold medal. That was also a major highlight. And then I take it away from some of the wins and losses and just think about the path of a Paralympic athlete and the journey that our team went on. It kind of it was bigger than wins and losses, and it was something that I'll always remember. So being a Paralympian is forever a highlight to me.
Absolutely, definitely. Yeah, and having a team of like-minded individuals, I'm sure that's super fun to train and compete with every single day.
That's right.
How did you decide when you were going to retire?
How did I decide that?
Yeah.
So I would say that the decision came to me. It's not an easy decision. I'll say that. It's a hard question to answer because whenever sports is coming to an end, it's never an easy decision. I started at Visa about 10 days after the Tokyo Paralympic Games. So we had just won a gold medal. I had just finished those closing ceremonies where I was actually nominated to be the flag bearer on the way out. So carried the flag, have the gold medal around my neck, and 10 days later I started at Visa. I made that decision because I knew about the long-standing support that Visa had contributed towards the Paralympic movement. This was something that really made me interested in Visa because as a Paralympian, as someone with a disability, I really value companies that support things that I'm passionate about. So I was very curious about what that support meant for them because I knew what sponsorship meant for me as a Paralympic athlete, but I wanted to know how did that translate to value for a company. So I made that decision based off of that curiosity.
Gotcha. I think that's really cool that you were able to finish the games at the highest and then just start a job right away. That's really cool. And then lastly, do you have any advice for final words of wisdom for people who are transitioning from the games and sports into like the workforce?
Yes, definitely. So, I mean, as an athlete, I learned to thrive in high pressure situations, fast paced environments. I learned to be team oriented and and to be team first at all times and be agile with my goals. All of those things that I learned as an athlete, I was able to apply at Visa through the Visa Champions program. And I would say that I would really love to have more teammates. You know, I think it would be really cool for more athletes to come through a program like I had and be a part of that team that we were a part of, that Visa Champions team. I think that I think that when I first stopped playing sports professionally and stopped being a Paralympian, I shouldn't say stop being a Paralympian. When I retired from competing, I should say, I was very nervous about what that next chapter was. So I would encourage people not to be as nervous, just to lean into your passions, lean into those skills because they are valuable. And any athlete that's listening, that's going through what I went through back then, be confident in your abilities, and the next chapter of your career is gonna be amazing.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your advice and tips. And I think it can help a lot of people like myself. Thank you.
No worries.